This is the hour of the Barbarian. Probably won't be an hour, but it sounds better that way. Yeah. It sounds better than the 12 minutes of the Barbarian. I'm Chris Dodge. I'm here with Phil Vera.
Hello.
And Ryan Harkins.
Hey.
I almost forgot your name.
Yeah, that's easy.
It's because you're from Cleveland.
Yep.
Oh, that sucks.
Fucking Cleveland.
No,
I'm
not
sorry.
that you're from Cleveland. It just sucks.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
What-
All of that
Oh,
just
yeah,
sucks,
me too.
yeah.
That's what I meant.
I wasn't meaning to be a total dick.
Yeah. As usual. So, we were talking about, what were we talking? You were talking about something. I said, no, save it. Save it for when we're recording. Now we're recording, and you freeze up on me.
I was talking about the, so what I've heard from people who have sobered up for a while is that the first drunk afterwards is like a full-on debaucherous high school kegger, like, shit show.
Yeah.
Like, I won't name names, but a few people, like there's been multiple people I've talked to who are like, well, yeah, the first time back, decided to go for, like, because I think what it is you try to match your stamina from previous, years, which is, like, if it's anywhere near mine, it's ungodly.
Yeah. Which is
and like,
inhuman.
Yeah, like, it'd literally kill most people, small children and teenagers.
Yeah.
And you try to go and match that fucking level, and before you know it, halfway through, that's what everybody says, like, before you even reach anywhere close to what you used to do, you're, like, on the fucking toilet, just face down, puking everywhere, and just a rolling blackout mess, which...
So you're ready, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
I guess it's just...
So this is what you're looking forward to, is what you're trying to say.
Fucking
like, once you start drinking again.
I know, like, I was thinking about it, because it's been almost, it's like a year and a half with no hangovers, nothing like that, and, like, I don't know what that first one is going to be like again. It's because, like, every hangover I used to have, I used to go, fuck, I should quit drinking. But now, it's like I did.
Yeah.
so like having a hangover now, it's like, well, I keep going. That was horrible. I'm getting back into it.
Yeah.
Like what's the option there?
It's like going back to Vietnam, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Enlisting again.
Oh God, I wish they could break for commercial right now. I had a pretty good quip.
Break for commercial.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what,
we have
2 minutes in? And
we have a...
Let's break for commercial right now.
We have a 7-second delay. So.
Let's break for inside jokes, please.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so you've been sober for a year and a half. So
year and a half.
You're thinking of falling off the wagon voluntarily.
Yeah.
Speaking of that.
Speaking of
Crack it
falling off
open.
the wagon. Oh.
I'm like a
love that
disgusting, perverted voyeur when it comes to watching people drink.
Yeah, I've noticed that. That's what's
gotta
interesting. You're the most interesting sober person, ex-alcoholic I've ever run into, because everyone else I know who has been like, okay, I'm sober, no more drinking, that's it.
Yeah.
And they, they're not like you, where once I pour a beer, you're like, oh, let me smell that.
Yeah, totally.
Like every time I have a
I
beer,
can't
you
wait
want
to
to smell it.
smell
You're
that
like,
one
oh,
already,
it smells incredible.
Yeah.
It's like you're vicariously being a drunk through.
It's freaky, man. I feel like I don't know. I feel like if I was just like a weirdo who just avoided all that shit, that's just weird. It's avoiding half of humanity by like avoiding people drinking.
Okay,
What do you guys
opening.
have
This
right
is the Pizza Port Pickleweed Point. Pickleweed Point.
see if I can smell
Pizza Port Pickleweed Point. IPA
Where's this from?
from Pizza Port.
No, I mean from Pizza Port.
That's
Pizza
So
Port.
they're from. I don't know where they
clean.
where the can
I think
ones
it's
are from. Like
Carlsbad was the first one.
Yeah,
Clemente or
Carlsbad.
so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brewed and canned by Pizza Port in Carlsbad, California.
Because they got a couple different locations, and all of them brew their own different beers. Like each
I
one
poured
has
it totally
has different
wrong.
ones.
Look at this shit.
Yeah, which is super rad.
Yeah.
That's not
Because you can go
rad.
to different pizza ports.
Yeah,
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. So we're drinking beer out of coffee cups because it's before noon. So
It is. Yeah, people don't know what time it is.
Makes it less scummy. Smells like a
so good when it hits your lips.
Yeah.
smells like a really clean fucking IPA.
I mean,
really.
normally I'm in church, but we decided to do this on a Sunday.
Yeah, just one day off.
One day. Yeah, I mean,
You can go later.
my pastor won't be that
6.2.
upset. 6.2. Oh, that's good.
Where does the pickleweed come in? Do you guys taste any pickle or reefer in this particular
I-
beer?
I
I
wonder
fuck-
if it's the name of. I haven't researched it at all, but
Oh, it's a reef. Pickleweed Point. I guess.
Okay, that makes sense. Because that's what I was thinking. Is a lot of those the ones that they can. I think they're named after surf spots or something like that. Like that one Swami's. They do a Swami's IPA. I think that's a surf spot. I think.
They do have a lot of weed references, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all these skunky IPAs they do.
It smells really good. I remember the first time ever going to a pizza port. It was like well before craft beer was, reached its peak or where it is now, and before I even knew craft beer. And it was like I just moved here. I was in San Diego for something I can't remember, but we went to Pizza Port. I was like, yeah, this is perfect. Get a pizza. Get like a, I was just thinking like Budweiser, whatever light American lager, and I could not like comprehend what the fuck those guys were doing. It was just I didn't understand why I wasn't a big IPA fan for the longest time, because like IBUs wasn't like a common thing.
Yeah,
I didn't know why, like
at that time there's no benchmark for that sort of thing. You're like, what is this?
Yeah, I was like, why does this taste like a fucking Christmas tree? I just want to get drunk.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. There's a lot of people like that who still, more so with there's so much good beer available. It's more widespread now, so there's a lot more people who are hip to it, but there's still a lot of people out there who haven't tried an IPA or know what it is, or are still stuck with the Budweiser. And like I was at the airport in Denver. Actually, it was after GABF, after the last one I went to.
Oh, nice.
I was headed home, and I was at this restaurant there before the flight, and there was some guy who sat down next to me. This place that had all these fancy beers, and he's like, "You got Bud?" And they're like, "No, but we've got this other lager made by so and so," and he doesn't give a shit. He's just like, "Well, what's close to Bud?" I'm like, "This one, okay." So you get it for him, whatever it is, it's something that's awesome. And they come back to him later, "How are you liking that beer?" "It's not Bud." It's like, because there's guys who they just like that.
Yeah.
That's if you're used to a lifetime of that, and then you try something different, you're like, but this isn't what I like.
Well, that's like, it's so weird though, because I worked at this place called Rocky River Brewing Company in Cleveland before I moved out here. So it's like there's definitely familiarity with the craft beer, but they I think they just got so sick of that question, especially because it's not even Cleveland; it's like in the suburbs, that they just started fucking carrying Bud and Bud Light. Like just to like. Okay, you're not going to be into this. Like, we have a lager that's really good, but here's a fucking Budweiser.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's what, like, when we were on the line, like, after we got off the line after a shift, we were able to drink, like, at least a beer after work. Most of the time, it'd be a lot more than that, but we drank Budweiser. I mean, we fucking worked in a brewery that brewed really good beer, but it's like, sometimes you just want that itch for, like, shitty, yellow, sudsy beer. Mm-hmm. But I mean that was also 10 years ago. Now, people's get it more, still comprehend it more.
Definitely more people who get it, but there still is a lot of that element out there, just like your average.
It's got to be soul crushing, like the East Rock Brewery guys. Like you're here working your ass off to make Manifesto like one of the fucking greatest beers ever.
Yeah,
and this dude's pissed off because he wants a Budweiser.
Yeah,
like that's gotta be fucking soul crushing, man. Like. Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah. No, I've always thought that if I had a tap room, I would probably carry Bud. Like I'd have all the fancy stuff that I like, and then just one Bud tap because someone always wants that. Yeah.
It's just easy. Like for the guy who doesn't know and doesn't care to know, like fuck it. Yeah. Like my old man would not give a shit about what goes into this, what fucking hops are used. Just give Budweiser. You know what I mean? Just give me a Budweiser and like. Yeah, they just I don't know, kind of just play it safe, keep a 6-pack in the cooler. For for the few people who want it, I guess.
Yeah. So speaking of drinking, Phil. Phil just went to.
Let's go to you.
Let's go to you. Yeah, let's put the target on you.
Fucking drunk.
Yeah. So
Phil was passed out in that last.
Sorry.
You went. You went to the East Coast with Crom. Yeah. I assume there's a little bit of drinking associated with that.
Yeah. It wasn't as much as it was as much as it was like all set up for the same shit show as happened 10 years ago. Maybe because we're older now, it just didn't happen. But we did take a red eye, and we did arrive like at 7 a.m.
Trying to set the stage just like last time. Let's really fuck him up. Let's make sure maybe it'll be just as crazy as 10 years ago.
Yeah, but instead, I remember we're on the plane and it was uncomfortable, and I remember me and Will were like waiting for the damn plane to get in the air because we were drinking at the bar. So we're like, let's keep this going, you know?
Yeah.
And it was like delayed like a good 45 minutes, and then by the time we got in the air and they were coming around to serve, it was like a good hour and a half. Our buses were gone.
Yeah, that's the worst.
And we're just like, let's just go to sleep, man. I don't want to drink now, you know. We're so like ready to just get fucking shitty.
Do you know the loophole, the airport loophole? That's like fucking brilliant, but they don't tell you about it. Those little travel bottles.
Yeah.
And I did this. I've tested it. It's fucking
like the
awesome.
vodka ones.
Yeah, like vodka, whiskey, whatever. You can take as many of those as you want in your carry-on.
I do.
Oh, because they're less
In
than.
a plastic bag.
I take bourbon.
Because they're less than what is it like?
Certain amount of ounces, 9
Yeah,
ounces.
whatever
But
So you get anything less than that?
Yeah.
like, and you can take them and nobody will bat an eye at you. Like,
No, I take them every time. I started doing that. I didn't research that, but just a couple of years ago, like, well, why don't I just take a couple of these? And if they take them
throw 'em away.
at the TSA, then so what?
Yeah.
So yeah, it got through with it because I was looking at the size of those and the size like the little travel size mouthwash and all the things you can get. Like they look exactly the same. Why can't I just take this on? And you can. The only thing that's weird about that is that some of the airlines get weird when you bring your own booze.
Well, it insinuates a certain type of person.
Yeah, it does.
An afternoon gentleman.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like it's hard to explain to them. No, but this is a specialty rye. It's small batch. It's they're like, no, sir, you're not supposed to. And the only time they've ever given me a hard time about it was on Southwest, and it happened twice. And
Because they're probably like their money's on people getting booze there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like,
and they're very wholesome too. They're a very weird company.
Family.
Yeah, I almost got kicked out of a plane for having like the void upside down cross thing.
Really?
Yeah, this lady tried to throw me off the plane. Like she's like, you have to take that off or I'm kicking you off the plane. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Take your shirt off?
It was on a hatch.
Maybe she wanted to check out your
my sick abs.
You should have told her.
My sick abs and my pecs.
You know what guns you're gonna unleash if you take this fucking shirt off?
I thought there was no guns allowed in the airplanes.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna take my shirt off.
Yeah, wait.
Luckily, I mean, nothing happened of it, obviously, but that was so strange. The only time I've really been asked to leave an airplane, which is fucking surprising.
Yeah,
very surprising.
But you wear like a, I Come Blood shirt or something. I'm sure they were cool.
No, people love that.
Sit right down, sir.
They love that shit.
Yeah, they love that shit.
They love it. Encouraged.
Well, that's what I remember about being at Maryland Death Fest the first time. Is like because they have it down in that area that's near the that
downtown
harbor area. Where they have all the tourist stuff. And there's like a Bubba Gump down there and all that stuff. And like people wearing shirts like that, like wearing meat shits, t-shirts and stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. Anal cunt. And they're walking around, with all these families who are out having ice cream and
That's so wild.
Waiting in line to get
People definitely they wait to
whatever.
wear the gnarliest shirts for those events.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
Specifically,
what's that one like? Jesus is a fucking cunt. And
Yeah.
that dude's in line, at like fucking I don't know.
Yeah, the
BJ's.
In line at
I don't know if they
Starbucks.
have a BJ's out there, but
God,
they have them out here.
One of the gnarliest ones I ever seen. It was a Waco Jesus shirt, and it was just a chick shitting in another chick's mouth. That was and it was like a legit. It wasn't a drawing.
It was a clear
It was
picture.
just a screenshot from a porno, very much so. Like on the whole back of the shirt, and no, I mean it's cool. Waco Jesus, bitch and ban.
Yeah,
really good stuff.
Shit eating rat.
Yeah. Sitting at Marie Callender's with that on.
Yeah, I know.
Marie Callender's having some warm pie.
Yeah, exactly.
Apple pie. Mmm. Yeah, with some chocolate ice cream on top. Mmm. All melty and like Play-Doh.
Christ almighty.
Okay, so anyway,
So
you're on the plane, you're pissed off.
Yeah,
Tour hasn't even started, and you're already pissed.
Tour star. We're pissed off, and we arrive in Boston, and what the fuck did we? Oh, we just went to some dude's house, and this guy Jake from that band Goo Lagoon, cool dude, and I think we got some beer. It was pretty mellow because we were just kind of like, where the fuck are we?
Yeah.
We didn't play till that night, and we had to go to New Hampshire.
What's the drive like on that? 2 hours?
It was about 2 or 3 because of the fucking traffic.
Oof.
But New Hampshire was pretty interesting. I mean, pretty say
White,
very white, right wing. You know,
Yeah.
we were at the place is right near a bowling alley, so I went in the bowling alley and kind of scoped out the population. Yeah, it's pretty much like that. So went back to the
what's a hardcore scene in New Hampshire? Like that's surprising.
Yeah, I mean, it was I'm trying to think of the bands that played. Like more grind and stuff like that.
Is that sort of like is Hail of Rage in all those bands? Or is that Connecticut?
Was Hail of Rage from there? I don't know.
I know they're from East Coast, like Upper East Coast, but I don't remember. I remember there was a scene kind of there, like Mankind and all those bands, like in the '90s, but I don't know. I don't know where.
I don't know. I mean, I have records by a lot of
wasn't
these
a bunch
bands.
of, like Appalachian guys playing mandolins and stuff like that, wearing Birkenstocks. And,
Yeah.
like Bernie should have won.
Mandolins, but yeah, I mean, it was. I think when we go, actually that first night I got a little too drunk and like tweaked. To the I tore my ACL a couple of months ago, and my MCL and my meniscus basically tore everything in my fucking knee. So
bad blowjob incident.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. So I shouldn't have been really doing much, but I was touring, and like I think I was a little too drunk and a little excited on the first night, and I tweaked my knee a little bit, and I remember I was like, oh fuck, this is like night one.
Yeah.
And I know I'm gonna drink the rest of the fucking tour, you know. So
what else are you gonna do?
Am I just gonna tear it again, which is not possible? But I don't know. I figured I was gonna do something really bad, but that was the beginning of the tour, and luckily, I didn't. But yeah, there was some drinking. We I think I'm trying to think of what I did buy. What was the beer I bought? Oh, the Woot. Is it the Will Wheaton Stout?
Oh, that Woot Stout?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that one, man.
Yeah.
I like everybody got some shit like
Who's
Hams,
that by?
like Hams beer and some other
Well,
crap.
that Woot Stout is a collaboration. It's Stone.
It's
and,
Will Wheaton and
Will Wheaton and
yeah, it's
whoever
Stone
else.
and it's like two other dudes or whatever.
I feel like Will Wheaton's a name I should know. Is that like an actor or something?
Was it Star Trek?
I don't know.
Yeah, he was a kid in Stand By Me.
Oh no shit.
The main kid in Stand By
So
Me.
what do you think? He's a beer guy now?
Yeah, he's a beer dude, I guess, because he's collaborated on that beer.
That's
And then he was
cool,
in like
actually.
Star Trek, the one with Picard, or I don't know what they're
He
called.
wrote some poetry. Like no, it's Walt Whitman.
Ah,
It's like-
Walt Whitman.
Yeah. Stuff,
Walt Whitman.
Old favorite of mine.
stuff, yeah.
But Hams though, man. See, I would probably be inclined to do the same thing. Because fucking Hams is great.
They were buying a bunch of hams, and we had some hams too.
Black Label? Did you find any Black Label out there?
No, they just had the regular hams.
I love.
But
No,
that's-
not the Black Label ham, but just Black Label beer.
Oh, I don't know.
It's-
No.
God, it's fucking great
Really?
stuff. I've only really ever seen it in Cleveland, but
Trying to think of what I had some Yingling and right?
Yingling.
Is that how you pronounce
yeah,
it?
yeah,
Yingling?
Yeah.
Yingling's great.
Of course, those.
It's like the oldest brewery in the country.
Is
Yeah.
it really?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Bunch of Yinzers. I think they're Pittsburgh, right? Pittsburgh guys or Philly guys or something.
I'm not sure. I don't know where they're
Suicidal
based at.
guys.
Yeah.
Suicidal.
No, they're actually.
I think
they're
Mike
from
Muir
Venice.
started.
They're
Yeah.
suicidals.
They roll with those guys. Psycho crew.
No one knew they made big beer back in the day. I'm trying to think of what other beers we were drinking out there.
Did you haze? You get to haze the new dude a little bit.
The what?
The drummer. You get to haze him a bit.
Oh yeah, Jay. Yeah, I was sabotaging the set here and there, which was like I don't know. I went into this mode of just like fuck this up. So he had his like sticks on his bass drum, like his extra sticks in case he dropped them. So I think it was the last show or two. I kept going over and grabbing them and throwing them to the side. And a couple of people came back and like put them up, and I swear it must have been like within a split second of them being there again. I grabbed them all and chucked them again, and then I unplugged Will's microphone, and then Scott has like a pedal board, so I go over and just stomp on all his pedals like to change them all. And Dre just sucks at bass, so he doesn't have to do anything with him. You just leave him alone.
Yeah.
He'll just fuck up because I'm next to him.
Yeah.
But
You go over, change his just tuning, and it's just like, oh, no, it's cool.
Yeah,
Whatever.
actually correct it.
Keeps on. Yeah, exactly. You tweak it, and you're like, oh, now you're in tune.
Tweak it up, it's up. Oh shit, he's in tune now. That was a bad move.
Does he get down? He's like the nicest dude ever. Does he ever get like raging hammered and shit? I can't picture.
No,
it.
Andre's pretty steady. He's like that steady drunk. But he's not always drunk, but he's, you know.
He's just always maintaining.
He maintains.
Yeah.
Once in a while, like on his birthday or something, if you feed him too much of the beer, then like he'll. I remember one time, this was years ago. He fucking like we got back to the house. It was his birthday, and we were at the Rainbow or something, getting shitty. And he just started like he was so hammered. He started he just started like jumping on everybody like wrestling style, just like with the elbow, like everyone.
For anybody who doesn't know the stature of this man.
Oh yeah, he's a big dude, you know. He's a comfy dude. Comfy.
But he's got he's the type of person I'd want to snuggle up to.
Yeah,
so he is totally.
We call him. One of his names was Beard Ass, and appropriate because it's a fluffy, hairy ass.
Beard ass.
So you'd want to like cuddle with it.
That like makes me laugh and kind of gag at the same time. The thought of that.
Yeah, kind of gross. But so it was actually pretty mellow. In New York, there was a couple of places where it's humid outside, but there was a blizzard coming in every so often, and some people were hitting the slopes. I didn't hit the slopes because yeah,
he means cocaine.
I didn't hit the slopes. I was just.
It's a blizzard.
I didn't even hit the slopes at all. I don't think. I wasn't even in the
you didn't have the gear.
The
lift?
Well, there's like the diamond lift, which is like the black diamond lift, which is like hardcore, and then there's even the K. It's like small one where the little kids.
Oh, the green.
It's like a green square.
Beginners,
I wasn't even in that one. I was completely like off the grid, probably. But yeah.
What was like the turnout like in? I know Brooklyn was one of the shows.
Brooklyn was cool, man.
That has to be pretty.
They showed
solid.
the doc.
The documentary. Yeah. The
Holy
documentary.
Shit.
So
let's get into that.
Yeah, because this Crom documentary. There's a lot behind this because this has been in the works for almost 10 years.
Almost 10 years. Almost a decade. Almost as long as it takes for a Crom record to be done.
Yeah.
Anyways. Yeah, about the same length.
And you're seeing it for the first time, probably just out of convenience because you happen to be.
Be there.
You happen to be in the town where Patrick's at, so you could show it.
Yeah, and he could show it because we were there.
You might have seen the what do you call those? The trailers on Vimeo for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
With the enticing.
Yeah, the trailers.
The trailers like make it look like I can't wait to see that shit. So it's been like the long tease, and you finally get to see it in New York.
Yeah, and
the anticipation.
So was all the good
swelling.
stuff in the trailers? Like the only good parts are in the trailers.
Yeah. No, I mean,
the rest was just total shit.
It was entertaining. Let's say that. It's weird to see your fat face on the screen because it's even fatter and bigger. And I'm kind of glad I remember I did an interview later and I was a little fatter and I didn't see any of that interview. So I was kind of like, whew, okay, good. Because I remember I was really like starting to get hammered and I just looked like a bloated fucking mess. So thank you, Patrick, for not showing that. But Dodge, you're in quite a bit. Talking.
How was the length of it? Hour and a half?
I think it was like 85 minutes or 95 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
If someone was asking me my critique, I would say it could be shorter.
Really?
Yeah. There's some things that drag a little bit. And
well, who's to blame for that, Phil?
Yeah,
it is about you.
It is about me.
It's like, well, it's kind of boring. Oh, that's right.
It's your face.
Yeah,
that's boring.
Yeah, if there's less of your fat face, it might be a better documentary. Let's just leave it at that.
Shit.
But again, did it hit all the spots and all that shit? Get the heat from the crowd and all the right places, the pops from the crowd, all that good stuff.
Seems okay. I mean,
like did it hit the target demographic? Is what we're getting at.
That's a tough one. Yeah. I mean,
are the kids gonna like it?
The kids, I think so. I don't know. It seemed like it needed like some sort of arc, because after a while I'm just kind of like, what is this like?
Yeah.
Who would care other than us? You know, because it's our band. I mean, we're like,
does it need like a sad subplot?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Like, or even just the Hulk music. Remember? Dun, 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 dun. Like, have the Lonely Man.
And just you
Andre
off in the
walking
distance.
away.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Andre, no.
Yeah, Andre upset about I don't know what. His bass being out of tune. He's walking away.
Yeah.
And it's like,
shit. I just realized I'm a horrible bass player. he's just walking off into the forest
Dun,
alone.
dun,
Like,
dun,
no, Andre, come back,
dun,
please.
dun, 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 dun.
No,
Yeah.
it's okay. You can
Dun,
learn.
dun,
We can get you lessons.
dun,
We'll buy you a
dun,
tuner.
dun, dun, dun.
It's got a nice. That hits all the. That's perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect way to wrap it up.
That I would have preferred that. Actually, the ending though has Andre eating an ice cream. That's pretty good. That was pretty funny, man.
That's the fucking funniest ending.
It was a little slow. I think it was a little slowed down. It was pretty, or maybe it wasn't. But it was the credits.
Slowed down.
That's
So,
great.
like action shot.
This is good.
Is he gonna put it out for like full release yet, or no? Is he still?
We have no
down,
idea.
or?
We have no idea because in DC he was going to screen it again, and it kept He had loading issues or something. So it didn't screen in DC.
That's,
and then that was it.
That sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I felt bad as I was watching him. Like we were almost gonna film him. Like
Yeah, add that.
Yeah,
Add that to the tail. At the end of the doc. I mean, I'm trying to. It's like the ultimate ending to like this whole like shit show. Like this.
Yeah, no,
this band that's a total catastrophe. That everything goes wrong. They're doing everything wrong. The documentary takes forever, and then it's like the premiere, and it's like him trying to get it to load.
Yeah, that's the all
that
hail
could
those
have
who fail
the-
part two.
the-
It's just the guy trying to get the fucking documentary.
that
screen.
could have the Hulk music under it too.
Totally.
Oh fuck! I gotta learn that song.
That's funny.
Yeah. So it didn't screen, and then we just went to the show. It was kind of like, oh, that sucks. I mean, I felt bad. Blake was there to watch it. You know, he was all ready, and poor guy was disappointed, didn't get to see it. But yeah. So I don't know. I have no idea what he's gonna do. Like, I don't know if that's the end.
Yeah, okay, well, if you were at those two screenings, then
Yeah.
that's the extent
Enjoy
of the distribution.
And I'm burning the well, you can't really.
At least
burn.
give you like a link to download or anything.
No.
Oh, I gotta see this fucking masterpiece, man.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if he said something about like Alamo Draft House was interested, which I know those are like in Texas, but I think there's one going to be out here. I don't know if that's for real or not.
That would be awesome.
But
Because out here to be fucking.
I mean, if you ask
He'll
me,
be chomping at the bit.
if you ask me, I think it needs some new editing and maybe music behind the interviews.
Ah.
It's a little quiet.
Like Hulk music.
Yeah, like dun 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 dun. Under every interview.
Every single one.
It's like we're getting shitty drunk. And what's his name was on coke. It's like dun 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 dun. It's like, wait, am I supposed to be happy? This seems cool. But...
Well, I remember like the first time I just moved out here and the Waste was playing at like a secret show at Relax Bar, and the first time I'd ever really heard of Crom was all the Waste guys talking about like, dude, fucking Crom's opening the show. It's gonna be so insane, and the story behind it is so fuck because I was fucking hammered. And like you guys played like an hour and a half after you were supposed to play or something like that. It was fucking crazy.
We were across the street.
Because they're all getting fucking loaded.
Yeah, we were watching a Laker game across the street, and it was like literally like the end of the game or something. And so we're like, fuck. And then it's like, and we're right next. I mean, we're literally across the street.
Yeah.
So we weren't that far. And I think we had our shit already over there. We like brought it and then just went across the street and started getting hammered watching the game. And I remember. I don't know, maybe it was Scott, because Scott doesn't watch any sports. I think it was Scott that called me and was like, dude, we're supposed to play right now. We're like, what? And we're like, we have like, fucking, what do you call it? Keg, not kegs.
Steins?
Yeah, or just like pitchers.
Yeah,
Pitchers
okay.
of beer. Like, we had like pitchers of beer on the table. We're like, we're not going to leave
Yeah,
this.
you can't just leave
Yeah.
that shit.
So
Come
we're
on.
we're pouring them and we're watching the game still. I think we're like standing up, and you're like, you haven't left yet, but
I'm
you're
on my way.
You're doing that. I'm on my way, but it's like bullshit. You're just standing up watching shit now. So I think we're all doing that, and then we're like, all all right, let's go. So we finally went over there, and then sure enough, like I think Scott was there, and maybe our old drummer Mateo might.
It was like packed too.
Oh yeah,
you couldn't even.
We had to move our way in, and it was just like it looked like.
Where was it? Was that the Boulevard?
Relax Bar.
Relax Bar
in Hollywood.
God.
It was really packed.
Insane.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Like you couldn't move and or breathe in there.
Yeah.
It was gnarly. It was fucking awesome though.
Yeah, because
wasn't
it an early
awesome.
show too? I remember it being like.
I think so.
I remember it being early, or like it wasn't dark out yet when we ran across the street to get over there. I think it was like gonna get dark. It wasn't like
no, it was.
The show was over at 10 or something.
Yeah, like 10 o'clock or some shit. Yeah.
But yeah, fuck, I remember that shit.
That's funny.
That was funny.
Yeah, that was a weird, dumpy little spot, the Relax Bar.
Yeah.
Really weird spot.
I played there a bunch of times. It was this noise thing I do, Bacteria Cult.
Oh yeah, did you play there?
We did a bunch of shows there, and there was one in particular. It doesn't even matter who we were playing with, but we were playing first. So it's like four of us. We're all just like crouched on the floor, like twiddling little dials, like boop, 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 boop. And there was a couple of people there when we started. At one point, I'm down there twisting knobs. We're making this noise, doing our thing, and I look up, and the only person in the room is the bartender.
Did he look intrigued or did he look bummed?
No, just like captive.
That's how you know you're doing it right.
Like,
That's how you know you're doing it right.
Indentured
the house.
servitude. Like, why?
Oh my
He's got a shackle on his arm.
Yeah.
He's like, can't get away.
He's probably just there to make sure we didn't take anything from the bar. Because otherwise, why would you stand behind a bar in a room where there's no
one
there?
there, yeah.
Like, clearly no one's going to order anything, so... just go get a burger.
Was like weird about
Come back in
beers,
an hour.
Didn't they have like some weird? Didn't they have like? It was only like 2 beers or something like that. They had like Sapporo and something else because it was like from the restaurant next door.
Oh,
or some
that's
shit.
right.
There was something
Yeah.
weird about it. I mean, I don't remember exactly.
Did you ever see the picture on the back of the band? It was like they were all in a band, like the people that ran that place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were like it looked like some fucking pretty cool looking band. At least it was like 10
Wasn't
of
like
them.
a Thai family or something.
Yeah,
like
it was a
that,
Thai
or-
family.
That's
like
cool.
I remember the picture. It looked like it was from the 70s or something. And
Yeah.
it was like it looked like they were
Oh,
playing.
huge sideburns.
Yeah,
and
like they were
stuff.
playing like Cal Jam or something. You know, like it's like 70s shot of like 8 people on the stage.
Yeah.
Like it looked pretty. Like fuck,
That
who is this
rules.
band? I think we talked to him one night about it. Oh yeah, we used to play like you guys. No, we don't play anymore. But we like music, and I'm like, you probably don't like any of this shit.
Yeah, was this the music you had in mind?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
This garbage.
What's like the fucking like? I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of them, but what's like one of the first memories that pops to your mind is like one of the gnarliest crime shows because like just from the footage from that documentary that I've seen, it's fucking batshit crazy.
Probably that PCP
That
one.
PCP one was really crazy.
Wait. You see, you can't just say that and not
Yeah, let's
elaborate
move
on
on.
that.
Yeah, probably PCP one.
Yeah.
But
Anyways,
but
go back
anyway,
to
so yeah,
this ale I had.
yeah. Back to this IPA.
No, that it would be that show, which was like in the. I think it was
It was
97.
97.
97.
Because that was the start of the Spaz tour.
Oh
We
shit!
came down,
Okay.
Yeah, because
Oh,
we
fuck.
played in was the place the living room in Goleta the night before, and then that night that place was called like Skeeta or something.
Skeeta. Yeah.
It was down in like South Central or
South
something.
Central, yeah.
Somewhere
and then
down there.
it got moved to the Valley, and then
Like last minute.
last
Some
minute.
shit. Ah, yeah.
Because
So-
it was like a
That's fun.
two-part show. Because the first was at this room, that whatever the venue was, wherever that was, like Washington and
Yeah,
something.
and
I
it
don't know.
didn't. They shut it down pretty like after.
I don't remember where it was exactly, but they're worried about it being shut down. There were so many bands on the bill. Like at that time it was 97, so every
height of
yeah,
this.
every awesome LA band that I would want to see was playing. So like,
Oh, and Unruh was on that too.
were they?
Oh,
on?
nice.
From
Arizona
Unruh
guys.
and Gas.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember them.
Yeah.
That band was fucking sick.
But I know, yeah, like Lack of Interest was on there. Phobia was on there. did ET play?
No.
No, they didn't play.
They were. The ET went.
I think Lack of Interest played.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I know ET was at the
thing in the valley.
Yeah, because it was
Yeah.
like I think that's who we're smoking with.
Oh, you indulged.
Oh yeah. We
Holy
yeah.
shit. Okay,
Yeah.
that's even better.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
me and Will, because Andre back then was sober, like he was straight edge pretty much.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, everybody was kind of dipping in, But we didn't actually play till
man.
like 3:30 in the morning or something.
What?
Yeah, it was really late when we played. So like the people that were there were already just like like monsters. So that was probably one of the craziest because everybody was in a mood of just like fucking whatever, fucking shit up. There was destruction. There was another one we played. We played an art show.
Go back to it though, because what the fuck about the PCP? So what does the PCP do to you? Like, I know you get the like people say you want to get butt naked because you get hot.
Yeah,
that's what I hear. Like, if good PCP gets you hot. But I mean, like, you just whole band
felt pretty indestructible. Well, no, Andre did. There was only 3 of us back then, and I just remember the next day I felt like I got like jumped, like my body was like just felt like I got punched everywhere. I was like, fuck, dude, like. I didn't feel shit when we were doing shit. So that's definitely that whole like feeling invincible.
But when you were playing, like someone like picked up a couch and was
like, Bart,
right? Yeah.
Bart Kopitsky fucking chucked the couch, or he brought the couch in the pit and was pitting with it. Actually, before I think when Gas was playing, he kept bringing this like a regular size like stepladder.
Yeah.
He
did that.
He'd bring it into the pit and then climb up it real quick and jump off it.
That's funny.
It was so badass.
One man stage dive, basically.
Yeah. He was making his own stage dive, like
that's fucking great
apparatus. And then I remember Andre said there was this couple watching the show, like they were like all snuggly, like watching the show, and Bart jumped off the wall, and he's like just nailed him, and they went from like standing like perfectly like that, and then they were just on the ground like
sideways,
but
still hugging.
Yeah, but still hugging. It was like, oh fuck, that's funny. Right. And then I think Bart eventually dove on us, which was the drums, and then we were still kind of playing, it was sounding like total garbage. I don't even remember what I was playing, and then he threw the couch on the whole kit and like knocked over all the amps.
Jesus!
And it wasn't our shit. It was all Gasp stuff. So
man,
I just basically got up and left. Even the guitar wasn't mine, so I just like was like,
just walk away.
I just walk away.
Just drop it.
And I think my buddy Kevin was there, and we left. Total shitty move.
No, that's a smart move. Is what you call that. Yeah. Getting the fuck out of there. Yeah.
And there was another one. Actually, the one that Greg played, Greg Anderson from Sun and Ghost.
He played with you guys?
He played with us for like one show.
No shit.
And that show was crazy too.
Amazing you didn't turn that into a career.
I don't know how. Yeah. But yeah, we played this art show, a friend of ours, and it turned into a total shit show, and I can't remember who started it, but one of us started throwing beer at people, and then someone threw like a bottle at us, and then I emptied a trash can. We just started throwing bottles at like people were just throwing bottles, and I remember at one point I fucking was doing like some breakdancing, and a bottle
with your guitar.
No, I was just breaking, and I suck at it, but I was trying. And I remember a bottle broke, and I got a piece stuck in my head, like a little piece. Yeah, like a cut on my head. But that was like those two. There's some other fucking. We played a Rampart House show that was fucking nuts too.
Oh, the old Rampart District based on what's it called? That Denzel movie's based on Rampart.
Training Day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
pretty much. Yeah, around that time. I mean, it probably was a little after some of that shit. I don't know, 2000s, something like that. Yeah, there's been some fucking weird shows, some cool shows. I'm sure everybody has their shows.
To me, that's the crazy part. Is like, to me, that shit is awesome and sounds totally normal.
Yeah.
I guess to most people, that's like not normal.
Oh, I remember
like that's like great. Like I love hearing debaucherous fucking insanity like that. Like it's the best.
I think with Crom it was always weird because we'd end up playing like weird shows, like we'd play like the typical power violence hardcore show, but then we'd be on like some like soft sweater like fucking show. I mean, soft sweater's an old. What's that? That's an old. Yeah. We used to call it soft sweater back in the day. As I said, I'm like, oh wait, that's not even a genre.
You guys, Crom played emo shows?
We played a couple emo shows because these bands wanted us to play, and then like we once played this Tagger party. It was like these Tagger kids had a party, and we played their living room.
That sounds fun.
That was fucking crazy. Yeah. It was fun. They were just going nuts. We're all going nuts. But I think at first they were just like, what is this? We don't even know what that is, you know? I mean, fuck, we played that Scion Rock Fest. I don't know
yeah,
why the
right.
fuck we were on that.
Wait, the Pomona?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, we were
The
on
one
the
that Municipal Waste played.
Yeah. I think we had the trucks there.
Yeah,
I think we had both the trucks there.
Yeah, you did.
I had no clue Crom played.
We opened up
the
the Fox Theater with
with Floor, right? Didn't
Floor and Morbid Angel.
Yeah, Morbid Angel was the headliner that day.
It was like Crom, Crom played Morbid Angel, Obituary.
No big deal. Oh, you mean Label Mates?
Yeah, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the new band we have called
Yeah.
Trappist.
Yeah.
And now that we're
The
Label
three of
Mates,
us, we being the three of us who are talking right now.
Yeah.
talking right now, who are now on Relapse Records.
Yeah, Relapse.
So
they haven't officially announced it. Remember?
True.
They're gonna. So rumor has it.
Rumor has it. Very true.
Yeah.
Rumor has it Obituary owes us some merch.
Yeah, so next time
we're future best friends with them.
Yeah, next time we're at I don't know who's any of these Relapse bands. No, they're not. Any of these Relapse bands, if we go to your merch table, it's cool if we grab some shit,
when
right?
Mastodon goes back and just does the whole Leviathan album start to finish,
Oh,
we'll be on. I mean, safe to say we'll be on that.
That's a
That's
Relapse
well,
release.
since we're label mates, we can just grab a bunch of shit.
That's what I
Grab
figure.
a
I
bunch
mean,
of stuff,
yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, makes sense.
That's generally how the world works.
Yeah, exactly.
As far as I know.
Yeah.
Now, I could be wrong, guys. We could be wrong about this. But I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if I want to take a break or.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
pause.
Okay, let's pause for sponsor.
Station identification.
Yeah, sponsor announcement.
I believe we have a nice little one from Metal Militia coming for you today.
Awesome. Those guys are great.
Hey you, do you like meat? Do you like beer? Do you like burgers? Vegan? Vegetarian? We got that too. Come on down to Gorilla Mall's Pattied Meats Emporium, 19 East Main Street, Alhambra, California, 91801. We'll treat you right.
All right.
So welcome back.
We're back. Hour of the Barbarian. This is that was the first 43 minutes of the Barbarian. Now we're gonna fill out the rest of the hour with a bunch of horse shit. Just let's stretch it to an hour.
Yeah. What other bullshit can we talk about?
Let's talk.
Let's talk about this beer we're just
this
pouring.
beer that we're pouring right now.
You want to read the label there?
We got Chris Dodge's ham slapping Orochu Ale.
Orochu.
It's a barley wine.
Yeah.
From Japan. One of the highest honors I could ever think of, getting a fucking beer named after you.
Oh, hell yeah.
That is, like, insane.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Smells incredible.
You guys,
it smells really good.
Thrash Zone in Yokohama.
Great place.
Wow.
They hit me up when I was with Infest. We went over to Japan in beginning of April. And the guy from Thrash Zone reached out and said he wanted to do a beer for me. I said... Well, okay.
If you must.
Yeah, if you insist, I guess you can. So, no, he just hit me up as far as, okay, well, what do you want to do? And I came back with a couple ideas. I said, well, my go-tos are always, I usually start with IPAs and end with stouts or barley wines. So I said, let's do like a super skunky, like West Coast style IPA, like with Nelson hops or something. Or if you can do like a really heavy stout or a barley wine or something. And he said, well, barley wine sounds good because we don't have barley wines that we're doing right now. It'll be something different. And he came up with this recipe and said, yeah, sure, go for it.
It smells like
good,
it would go down a lot lighter than your typical barley wine. Like, it smells really refreshing.
Yeah, it's kind of more. I think it's more like a English style where it's a little smoother. It's not like, because a lot of the American barley wines are kind of hoppier and just more.
This isn't that hoppy at all.
Yeah.
13% too.
Like I
Mind
had
you, that is burley. That is no joke.
Burley wine.
Oh, that's good.
It's really good.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's tasty. Yeah.
Doesn't Orochu mean something in Japanese, right?
Yeah, it's Japanese slang for alcoholic. Because he was trying to think. Because he was asking me what I should call it. I'm like, I don't know. Call it, You know,
Yeah, it says alcoholic in Japanese.
Yeah, I was trying to come up with something, and just because I studied Japanese about 20 years ago, and I've forgotten a lot of it since then. But one of the the first things that you learn are all you learn like swear words and slang and stuff like that.
Stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The stuff that's useful. And the one that I remember was aruchu, which is like
drunk.
Yeah. Alcoholic.
I'm not sure if you guys heard that little like perverted grunt I let out after smelling that. It was really creepy.
Really?
It smells really good. It smells really fucking good. I like the jowls are kind of cascading with saliva, just like anticipating trying that. But
that is really good.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
You guys had they tapped kegs over there
Yeah, they had.
When you guys were there?
He bottled it.
This is in April, right?
This is in April, yeah. And so he did limited bottles. I think he did 100 bottles, and then he had a few kegs of it. So he had kegs that he was selling at Thrash Zone, and then at the show we played at El Puente.
Oh, right.
They were serving it there, but yeah, it was funny because when they serve it, especially because it's such high alcohol. When you get something in a plastic cup, you'll get like the whatever solo cup or 12-ounce cup, the usual sort of thing. They're serving it in like these little thimbles, like you'd get mouthwash in, like really small.
So you're doing shots of this?
Basically. Yeah, exactly, like barley wine shots.
Thrash Zone sounds like one of the most magical places in the universe. By the way,
it's super cool. The
cool.
place, like most places in Japan, it's super small. It's like
small.
the size of 2 closets next to each other, with a bar running down the length of it. But
they say like Japan's first microbrew or something like that is their tagline, or like Japan's first microbrewery or something like that, or
I'm not sure. It was kind of interesting because there was the whole microbrew thing is really starting to take off over there, and it seems, at least from me being aware of it, within the past few years, like maybe 3 or 4 years, it really started kicking off. Yeah,
into it.
Yeah. A friend of mine, this guy Randy, lives over there, and he was managing a couple beer places, and I think it's because of him that I started learning about some of the stuff over there. Some of the smaller breweries like Baird and whoever else. But when I went there, there's still not tons of it. It's not part of the hipster culture like it is here.
Yeah.
But it's starting to permeate, and there's
it's fucking crazy.
A lot of the some of the U.S. beers are getting over there. You can find Stone and Ballast Point over there pretty easily.
Like in stores and shit, like convenience stores.
Not really, but more so like at if you go to a bar or something like that, you can. Those would be the ones that you see.
When we were in Hong Kong, we saw. We went to some random place. It was like this. It was like an American-style gastropub, in the middle of Hong Kong, and the whole time we're there, it's fucking sick because you can just buy beer, drink it anywhere, of course. But then, it's the American equivalent of like 30 cents for like a Chang or like a Sapporo or whatever. And then we go to this place because I had to take a shit. Is why we went in there. And it looked like a really nice place to take a dump in. And we're like, well, we're here. We should patronize the place. And they had fucking Left Coast.
Oh, really?
In Hong Kong.
That's a weird one.
Left Coast. It was so weird. And it was the equivalent of $8 American dollars.
Really?
Where every other beer was like 30 cents, whatever. Like Left Coast was like $8.
Wow.
Which, when you're spoiled after paying 30 cents for beers, it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
$8 for Left Coast. But it was fucking surprising. It was the, I want to say it was like the apricot. They had the apricot one, I want to say. The apricot Hefeweizen or something. Or like peach Hefeweizen. But, fuck, it was weird drinking that in Hong Kong. You know what I mean? That's crazy. That's
weird if it's typical for it to be like 30 cents for a beer, and then for it to be $8, which to you as an American is just like, oh, okay, well,
that's the norm.
That sucks, but whatever. But I can't imagine like in that culture with
$40
beer. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It would be the equivalent to something like that.
Yeah,
it's like
totally.
a $40 beer.
Yeah, for us, that was just like, that's LA prices. You know?
Exactly.
Like, okay.
It's like, this better get me drunk and keep me hard for 5 hours. And it did. I can lift a car. Yeah, and it did. And it did. It was rock hard all day.
It's like the craziest shit, though, seeing, like, because, you're going over there to experience all this new shit that they... they do that we don't.
Yeah.
And then you see it, like, even in Europe and shit like that. You see, like, West Coast style IPAs everywhere and shit like that, which is... it's cool, but it's also kind of like, well,
No,
I get that at home.
I totally agree. I totally agree.
It's strange. Like, if I go to Germany, I want to fucking drink, a Helles Lager by Augustiner, not like their version of a West Coast IPA or some shit, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
It is cool, but it's,
because you want something that's distinct to that, that culture, that part of the world, something different. Yeah, it's like the people who go overseas and then, from the States and then go to McDonald's.
It's
like the same
in every
sort of
single
thing.
place I've been to.
that I don't doubt, but I'm talking about other people.
Other people.
Yeah. But
it was some freaky thing where I wanted to see like what sauces are different.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
And
that's
like
true.
shit like that, what's like in Philippines they have like spaghetti on the menu and it's legitimately just
for
like
that,
ketchup
for
and
that
noodles.
I totally get it.
Like that shit's hilarious.
Well, like you're just on the East Coast up in. I remember when we were in Boston last time that they had lobster at the McDonald's.
Oh
there.
yeah,
No
like
way,
lobster
really?
rolls.
Yeah, we were in Providence. We played at the Firehouse and Firehouse 13, and right next, like literally across the street, is a McDonald's. And we went in, and I think Jay or somebody took a picture, and it said like lobster roll, and it was just like, oh,
Yeah.
That's
there?
that's such a trip. That's so weird.
No one got it.
Get lobster at McDonald's.
Remember when they had pizza?
You have like a
McDonald's had pizza. There's still a place in Ohio somewhere that like there's like a McDonald's left in Ohio that sells fucking pizza. McDonald's pizza, pretty awesome. Like it's on that same level as like 7-Eleven pizza and all that like garbage pizza. It's you have to put it in context.
high level.
It's not groundbreaking. Yeah, it's not like something you're like, fuck, I need that.
But if
you're
it's 2 a.m, you've just been kicked out of where you're
Shit,
drinking.
yeah.
You're like, I need something
God
greasy
damn, it's
and
like the
horrible
best thing
right
ever.
now.
Yeah. And you get it through the drive-through because I would hope you're driving if you're that liquored up.
Wow.
Well, is that one of those? The location that has it? Is that one of those? Like one of the test locations where all the weird stuff they try out there?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it was really weird because they had to expand. There was a few of them where they had to expand the size of the drive-through window to fit the pizza boxes through it, and it was like it was gonna take over the world for McDonald's, and then it just like fell short. But there's still one lone place in Ohio that still serves McDonald's pizza.
Wow.
So next time we're in Ohio, guys.
Yeah.
We'll make the trek.
Yeah. We play your hometown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll be something else. I just love that fucking. I can't believe like there's a beer in Japan. Like it's not even like it's the first thing in the beer's name is your name.
Yeah.
Like that's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Chris
badass.
Dodges.
Yeah. But
And it's got the Slap Ham Records. If people can't see the bottle, but it's got the Slap a Ham Records logo on the back.
Yeah,
Number
he asked
100.
me about that if he can put the Slap a Ham logo.
Oh, he
on
asked
there.
you?
Yeah, I said yeah, for
that's
sure.
awesome.
I said let's give it a catalog number. That'll just drive people even more crazy. Like people
I don't
who
have
are,
it.
yeah, exactly. People are
You're
super
gonna see
nerdy
that,
about
like, on
Slap a
eBay,
Ham. Yeah.
the bottle on eBay 10 years from now for like $150 or some shit.
Either that or like a record collector would be like, wait, I don't have number 100. Wait, what is this?
Yeah.
Like totally confused. It's a beer?
Yeah.
Fuck, you
But
can't
does it-
play beer?
Does it play? Does it play?
Yeah.
It's a split with who?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe another J.J. Walker split with
Yeah,
this beer, huh?
exactly.
Well,
How
this
well did
kinda-
that sell, actually?
The overseas stuff kind of brings up the fact.
Do you still have those? The J.J. Walker?
Oh, that's awesome.
No, that's right. There's the Spaz Jimmy Walker
Yeah.
split record.
Yeah.
We did like 600 of them.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I remember that record.
Yeah, we did. I did 3 celebrity splits, just like for
we-
fun, because
I
at the
heard
time,
JJ one. What's the other one?
because there were so many.
Was it
at-
Wink
at-
Martindale? Is that
Yeah. Because around that time there was, I think especially through the '90s, there were so many bootleg releases of just like stuff across the board, everything like
Yeah.
because it was so easy and accessible to be able to put out records, vinyl, records, vinyl, it's the same
Yeah,
thing.
sure.
Put out vinyls. Put out vinyls.
Japan's.
Yeah, exactly. Put out records and CDs and whatever. And so there were tons of bootlegs, like Melvin's live shows and this and that and old releases and this. So like as kind of a joke, I think, with the whole record collector thing. Also with, I think at the time so many labels were putting out things to deliberately make them collectible.
Sure.
Like in limited runs and limited colors and all this sort of stuff. Just like deliberately obscure so that it could be
2-inch records. And
yeah,
shit
exactly.
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I did that too. But
Well,
yeah, but doing that. But
I don't know, Blear comps.
Yeah,
that have,
exactly.
Like,
no.
hundreds of bands in one sub.
Bullshit
like that.
Total horseshit.
Just total horseshit like that. Yeah.
No, but I started doing stuff like that. Yeah, like the Spaz 1-inch and like the Slight Slappers 2-inch and like these celebrity splits just to kind of make a joke of the whole collector's thing, because like the Spaz one was it was Spaz Jimmy Walker split 7-inch.
That is fucking
There
great.
was the Gob Wink Martindale split, and Gob was a band from Reno with John Cortland, who's from Iron Lung.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
It's his old band, and it was like, there was a kind of a more pop punky Gob from I think Vancouver or something.
Yeah.
That was more well known, but Gob from Reno, really good, like kind of that sort of I guess you can compare it to that kind of AMREP noise rock sort of thing, just like super noisy, almost not really insane, but like that kind of genre, just like noisy, just awesome.
I had that split with the string one. It was Spaz Gob.
That's right.
What is
yeah,
that? Is like
Spaz Gob one.
5-inch or something?
Yeah, it was a 5-inch. Yeah. So there's that, and then there's the Be Numb Dukes of Hazzard split.
which you got full authority to put.
Oh
those
yeah,
out
yeah.
correctly.
No,
I know Wink was like really excited to be.
Yeah, exactly. I
Sub-Am number 80 or whatever it
them,
was.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fucking hilarious.
So it was just like these super limited, just ridiculous, split records.
Well, I remember like that dude. You guys did the Finn.
Oh, the Finn McKenzie thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and that dude was like from Cleveland or something. He knew people that I just remember this dude like before I even met this dude. To me, was already a legend because he had his own fucking Spaz record named after him. Yeah. And we were like, who is this fan? And we had friends who were friends with him and all this shit. And it was just like, this guy has a fucking Spaz record named after him. And it's all about him. Yeah. And I mean, he was like a super nice guy, but it was like, okay.
Yeah. No, like most Spaz stuff, it was just a joke carried way too far.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of notorious for in general, but...
We thought he was going to be like some crazy ripper maniac fucking just... debaucherous, just insane. He's just like a nice guy.
Yeah. No, and it was all based off of he was doing a zine or he was doing an interview for some zine that he sent me about Spaz and asked about like the next release, and I had some smart ass answer of like, next one is an 8-inch of Finn's mom yodeling in the bathtub or something like that. And so that became the premise of one of the songs. And then, like, from there, like, the name Finn, we're like, oh, there's so many puns you can come up with, you could
That's
just the name Finn, Rin Tin Finn, and, just, like, keep going and going and going. And so eventually, because we'd write the songs first, we'd just come up with riffs and, like, okay, let's just record it, and then just go through. And so we got all these songs, like, all right, so what's it going to be about? And, like, well, you have a million songs. How many subjects can you come up with? So let's just do a concept record about Finn McKenzie, a guy that we've never met.
Mastodon has Leviathan and like all these like epic guys. Let's do one about Finn.
Let's do one about Finn McKenzie. Just a guy who once wrote to me.
That's like, fucking.
So you never met the guy, or you hadn't met him?
No, at the time.
Until that time.
Yeah, I don't. Actually, I can't remember.
His name, like he was like legend in Cleveland.
Like who is this guy?
Yeah, because it was like who like. This dude has a fucking Spaz record named after him. Like, who the fuck gets that? That's crazy. Like, what is this dude?
What is that dude now? Do you even know?
No, he's on Instagram. He does something.
I
don't know. I don't know what he does. He's known for something. He's fairly well known for
having a Spaz record named after him.
Yeah, exactly. No, he's fairly well known for something legitimate that I don't know what it is.
It's not jerking off a lot. I thought maybe.
Well, maybe.
No, that's legitimate.
He's probably
that's legitimate.
I think that's legitimate.
Yeah, totally.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say because, what is it? Next week, you're going to Obscene Upstream. With Infest, which. To me, has always been one of like the benchmark fuckery like events of the year. Like one man porno grind, fucking just insane shit. And I mean, loads of questions. We've already started going over some of the roster. I believe there was like Rape Razor or something like a Razor Rape.
Razor Rape.
Shit fucking shit.
Shit fucking shit. Something about died choking on vomits, plural.
Yeah. Wow. Vomits.
Yeah.
Not just one.
Not just one vomit. You choke on multiple vomits.
Like, amazing. So I mean, I want to get into what are you? Okay, what's got to be some of the things you're most excited about? What's some of the shit you are absolutely not looking forward to? Because I imagine there's a lot of disgusting humans there. No offense to anybody who loves attending the industry. I'm gonna tell you, that's just the whole fucking premise of this
I think
event.
you just listed all the stuff I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I don't know what to expect. Everyone I know who's played it has said it's amazing. The guy Chirby who sets it up takes care of everyone. It's supposed to be a great time, amazing time.
It looks like pro as fuck. The videos that you find online are like, all the scumbaggery aside, it's like really professional.
But I've also heard it's just complete debauchery and just just the the lowest form of humanity having the greatest time,
having a good time.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Crazy. You guys are fucking. I think Razor is playing after you guys. That's insane.
Yeah, we're playing like in between Razor and who's like Violator or something. I don't know. Clearly something where we're completely out of place. But but fuck it,
Yeah, fuck it, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a hardcore fest.
I know, that's like the crazy part about it. But then they get like Victims are playing and well, like Ghoul's playing, but they're definitely more in the metal.
Yeah, Discharge is playing.
Discharge.
Who else?
You're there the whole time for it, right? Too.
Yeah. Yeah, we get there Wednesday and come back on
the whole
Sunday,
mess. Oh, so you will see Anal Vomit.
I hope
they're on
so.
Thursday.
Vomit?
Oh, they're okay.
Wait, vomits or vomit?
No, Anal Vomit.
Oh.
Just no, the plural is for a different band. That's died choking on vomits.
Yeah. It's totally different too. The vomit and vomits.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Way more extreme.
And I think both bands are completely distinct as well. I think they have distinct sounds.
Dude, like the fucking name of the album, I like just YouTube to Anal Vomit, which could have led to God knows what.
Could have gone down the rabbit hole.
Could have been gnarly. But like the first thing that comes up is their album. It just says something like
the filthiest rabbit hole.
Dirty bright-eyed rabbit hole. Oof. But it was like the first thing that came up was like Anal Vomit, and like the name of the album was like fucking Porno Grind something or other. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be amazing.
The definitive, the Bible of Porno Grind.
Like these guys don't joke about it; they fucking live it. Like they are Porno Grind, which is phenomenal.
Yeah. But like, not only just their album cover, but what other shit came up around that search.
Well, if you liked Anal Vomit, maybe you'd like this.
Maybe you'd like. Oh no, it's anal. Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
Fuck me. See, I should have done this.
Did you get it wrong?
It's Anal Grind. Anal Grind.
So what that means is that the name Anal Vomit is up for grabs.
Is that gonna be? That's gonna be one of our 3 one-man Porno Grind bands.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Anal Vomit.
I forgot about that. What was our idea to each have our own Porno Grind band?
Yeah, well, Trappist comes with a 4-band bill.
Yeah,
exactly. That was it. You explain it.
Basically, you book Trappist on one of your shows. You're not just booking Trappist. You're booking the 3 openers, which are just 3 one-man Porno Grind. just extreme brutality, perverse brutality. I mean,
let me see. Actually, while you're looking that up, I'm gonna look on my phone because I think I wrote down our band names for a one-man.
Let's go through some of the names of this. First of all, the Anal Grinds. I almost called them Anal Grinds album is called Born to Porn. Phenomenal, right? Well, you got such hits as, oh my god, the first song is Ass Razor, and then you got Anal Stigmata.
Ooh.
NASA, but it's abbreviated like the science program, but it's National Anal Sex Association.
Which I'm a member.
Oh my god. Wait.
How much is a membership for that?
Jesus.
True. Like a wipe.
Is it yearly or
deep fecal analysis? Oral. I mean, then they cut to the chase towards the end. Here we got oral torture. And the single version of Ass Razor.
The single
version? Two
different
versions.
So it's like the radio one versus the extended album?
Yeah, that's
got a longer intro.
Edited for radio, so it's just basically 10 seconds of nothing. Or just the guy going, ooh, for like 10 seconds, and that's the radio edit. My God, dude. You're gonna see this shit live, and you're gonna share beers with the gentleman of fucking anal grind.
Yeah, like we're gonna share the same bottle. We're gonna pass it around. And...
Stoked on that. Man.
Yeah.
I mean, speaking of like to bring it back to the fucking T-shirts at Maryland Death Fest, this is gonna take it to the next level.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is.
I mean, you could start a whole like Tumblr account on just like shirts at Extreme Extreme. Yeah. Like that's fucking crazy.
Well, God, that's actually what I was thinking at that Maryland Death Fest we were talking about earlier. When I went that first time and saw all those shirts, I was thinking that at that now it wouldn't be so much. I think just because everyone wants to see everything on the internet.
Yeah.
You know, like if you have a photo display, you're like, oh, where's the site so I can look that up. Like no one's actually going to go out to a gallery, but at the time I remember thinking it would be like a really funny, just like photo exhibit at an art gallery of just like
great.
Just all those shirts, and especially in the context of here's someone with the anal vomits shirt standing in line at Bubba Gum Shrimp Company with a bunch of families, just like out of context, and
it's like the famous black metal pictures of like them in corpse paint with like a nice Norwegian family in the background, like that sort of shit.
Yeah,
but like in even more fucked up shirts.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking like if you put that in a regular art gallery, just people who weren't familiar that this actually exists. Like,
oh my
wait,
God. It would blow people's
there's
minds.
no way this is real.
Like, it was a joke.
Like, no, there's like 10,000 bands that are like this on the face of this planet.
I
believe
remember
it or not.
introducing my wife to Cemetery Rapist.
Yes.
First time, and she's just like, why? Like, the first question, which is a reasonable, very reasonable question I think anybody should have is, why does this exist? And then, like, moving, I mean, and then the next thing is just, like, she'd end up just becoming obsessive with it, too. I mean, it's like, why, like, you just want, like, what the fuck is going on here? And then you just can't stop watching. Like,
it's so messed up, I have to watch the next one.
Like, what's he going to say? What is the fucked up title of this next song that he's going to growl into a microphone? And then, like, I mean, the one-man part of it makes everything just so fucking beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, that just...
Well, what would be good is to actually go through the evolution of the one man band. Like, it's like he's got cymbals on his knees. Like he's like like
old-timey band
with like a fucking like a harmonica.
Yeah.
And now just all that'd be a great documentary, man.
Totally.
A fucking amazing anthropology, like a book, like the evolution of the fucking one-man band, and it ends with like Cemetery Rapist.
Ends with like the most disgusting shit.
Shitting on like a fucking gravestone, just all. You're like, fuck yeah, this is what it's become.
Oh my fucking God, that would be like I would read through that like a maniac. I'd fucking frame every picture.
Fucking figure that one out.
That's so funny.
Oh fuck.
Oh my God, but yeah, you're gonna be like in the thick of it.
Yeah.
Which is fucking amazing, like ground zero for perverts and just maniacs. Just guttural perverts.
Debauchery, yeah.
Well, that'll be our next segment.
Yeah.
Your return from that.
Yeah,
right?
definitely,
I can't
definitely.
fucking wait, dude.
But that's the thing that's funny is like, on the surface, all those band names and the song titles and all that, but yet they're always like the nicest dudes
I'm sure they're like
ever.
I'm sure like the
nicest dudes you've ever met, like nicer than anyone at your work.
Yeah.
Anyone, any office that any of you work at, like.
Let not anybody think I'm dragging Cemetery Rapist's name into the ground.
Yeah, Jesus.
This guy is like apparently the nicest dude ever.
Yeah.
He's like a this is what I've heard. Now, maybe someone can confirm it in the time between now and the next segment, or the next episode. But I've heard he's also like a vegan, like women's rights activist, like super like left wing, like liberal dude who's like down to earth and like a normal guy.
Yeah.
Just so happens to
hang out in cemetery.
He just love the name Cemetery Rapist and talking about perverted, gross shit. I guess I don't know. I don't know. It's strange. You're gonna be like hanging out with some dudes, like the nicest dude ever, shooting the shit. Like, oh, what band are you in? Oh yeah, I'm in anal vomit. What is it? What the fuck
Anal
is
vomits?
Anal vomits. We'll just call them anal vomits.
Like, okay.
Well,
cool.
I mean, most people in bands don't wear their own shirt, so you wouldn't just be like, oh, that's your band. So he's not gonna. You wouldn't tell by, oh, you're wearing your own band's shirt,
I'd bring, if I was going to that, I'd bring like a solid $200 for merch. easily. Like that's on like the low end. If I'm being conservative, that's the amount I would tell my wife I'm bringing. To it. I actually bring like $500. Hey, how did you get like 30 shirts? Oh. They were all cheap. It was amazing.
People just giving me shit.
The grosser, the cheaper, apparently.
Fucking A. Well, I think
okay.
I think it's
wrap it up.
Yeah, it's a good time to wrap it up.
All right, good times. I'm starting to feel that 13%.
Yeah,
I'm feeling good.
Yeah,
I'm feeling
you're
good
missing out,
watching
Ryan.
you guys feel good.
that's good.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you. When
Oh, it's gonna be a full-on train wreck. You'll be there. You'll both be there.
See, like when we take the training wheels off, like, and then you just go smashing into the brick wall.
It's gonna be
It's
a
gonna be
mess.
fantastic.
It's gonna be a mess. That's the one thing I will guarantee. First one's gonna be real shitty.
All right. Well, until then, Hour of the Barbarian. This is it. It's Chris Dodge, Phil Vera, Ryan Harkins.
Man, we'll see you
Jinx.
next time.
Yeah, we'll see you next time, turds.
Dynamite!